The Backrooms movie is receiving a lot of hate, and hopefully by the end of this video, we'll get to the bottom of it. Me personally, I loved this film. You could probably tell by the rest of the videos on my channel. And for a film that made 81 million in its first weekend and is breaking records constantly, surely it's bound to be a good movie. But the audience is like split half and half, like some of them hate it, some of them love it. So why did this half want their money back? By the end of the video, we'll figure that out, and the answer probably is not what you think. First, let's be fair to both sides, even though one side is objectively wrong. I can confidently say that Kane Parson built something that doesn't feel like anything else. The atmosphere alone, like 90% of horror movies, can't pull off. The entities are legitimately unsettling, and I feel like the ending is one of the most disturbing endings I have ever seen in a horror movie. But the people who didn't like it, they're not wrong. This is a legitimate scene in the movie. It's kind of memey. He is being chased through this maze, and his life is on the line, but he decides to go back and grab a stool. And there is an argument to be made that this is intentional character work. The movie is trying to paint Clark as a character that can't let go of anything. His furniture store, his ego, his need to feel like an architect all the time. So of course he's gonna go back for the stool. But if you were in theaters when you watched this scene, you know that there was some people that were laughing. And I feel like this scene in particular kind of broke the spell for a lot of people. And once a spell is broken in this type of movie, it's not coming back. So what legitimately caused the split? It's not that one group is smarter than the other, and it's not that one group is a more dedicated fan base than the other. It's the fact that The Backrooms is essentially two different movies put together. The first movie is a slow burn psychological breakdown of Clark, a man who can never accept failure and nothing is his fault, and a woman who can't stop trying to save people that can't be saved. Clark and Mary aren't trapped in the back rooms, and the point of the back rooms in this movie is to make their problems visible to the audience. That movie is amazing, and critics, I think, responded to that movie. And then on the other hand, we have the Backrooms lore film, you know, with the entities, async, classic Kane Pixels Backrooms, Ivan Beck, the 1989 experiment, the mythology that Kane has been building for lots of years. And that movie is barely in the film at all. I wouldn't say barely, but it doesn't show up very often. But Kane Parson does go into detail on why he left it out. He called it a lore bloat. He didn't want the film drowning in Backrooms lore and callbacks, and he just wanted this to be a good, clean kind of reset for the franchise, I would say, which I find to be the right choice in this case. But one of the main problems is the main audience that showed up on the opening weekend were Backrooms lore fans who wanted so much fan service. People who love the lore, people who have watched every Kane Pixels video, people who came in expecting this just to be another found footage film. Now, there's another audience that watched this movie that I'm not going to talk about. It's the Roblox fans, and I am not going to show them any respect. Now, for the audience that expected this to be another found footage film, they did not get that, and I feel like they were really upset from that. And it's not a bad movie, but to them, I think it's just not the movie that they wanted to buy a ticket for. So which side is right? Here's my take on it. Critics reviewed the film that Kane Parsons delivered, and the audience reviewed a film that did not live up to their found footage expectations. The marketing sold the mythology, and the movie sold the metaphor. And when those two things don't match, it doesn't matter how good the movie is, there's always going to be people complaining. So what's the good news in all of this? Everything that the lore fans wanted is in the movie, and the sequel that's coming out is probably going to go way more in depth in all of this. Kane Parson even said that this first film is supposed to be the step to something way bigger. So if you watch this movie and you felt upset by it, don't worry. The sequel is going to be amazing.